We have to celebrate the work, because if we only ever celebrate the outcome for most of life, the outcome is not up to us. And I would say, even with sobriety is a byproduct of active recovery. So if someone has 1,000 days sober, I mean, on the one hand, like, yeah, dude, that's awesome. But I'm not really celebrating 1,000 days as much as I am celebrating all of the work that it took to become the man, the dailiness of showing up over and over and over again.
Brothers, welcome. We are back to another episode of the Recovered Dad podcast. We're your hosts. I am the handsome Matthew Sinkovitz, and this is my, pretty good looking partner in crime here, Yaden Smith. I think his wife thinks so. I'm sure we could all agree on some level. Yaden, it's good to be here with you here today, brother. Welcome.
Well, I don't know if it's good to be seen or not after that introduction, but it's good to be here. Good
You're
to be here.
You're a pretty good looking guy.
Recording another episode. I mean, I have 4 kids, so something happened.
Something working, okay.
Something, I'm not anyways, right? We're talking about every dad's I don't know if it's our favorite subject, but man, it is the subject of dadhood and fatherhood, right? Recovery, learning to sit with our own uncomfortable emotions, talking about recovery from use, using as a pain pill for the chaos of life, right? Talking about recovery. This is the Recovered Dad podcast. And today, I want to talk about celebrating the work, not just celebrating the outcome, right? Because I got a couple stories that have happened in the past week. So the backstory for the stories, my family and my family, we just went on a road trip from Charleston to Nashville. Now, that's a long way. 600 plus miles one way. It's, an 8.5 hour drive. That's driving time. Not in counting stops for gas, bathroom, second stop for bathroom because somebody didn't have to go 30 minutes ago and now they have to go, right? All the things that go along with a road trip. But for this road trip, really excited because my 11-year-old daughter who just graduated, she just graduated from elementary school. She just turned 11 this month. She's been in this program for the past year called Beta Club, B-E-T-A, like the Greek letter beta. And this is I really didn't know anything about it. Turns out my mother-in-law was in Beta Club in the 1800s, apparently, right? No, not that old, but she was in Beta Club, back when she was in school. So 50 plus years ago, my mother-in-law was in Beta. She knew all about it. It's a leadership program where you have competitions on all different types of topics. Art, science, song, music, dance, just all sort of creative and scientific stuff. Spelling, creative writing, programming, computers, all different kind of stuff. My daughter is in the Beta Club and she competes with vocals. She sings. And the whole club competes so she does competition for vocals. A friend of hers does competition for dance. A couple of the other kids do for this, that, and the other thing. And as an entire club, they do this cool song and dance routine. It's kind of like, think Weird Al Yankovic, where the song, but they changed the lyrics to have to do with Beta Club. So their club did Justin Bieber's Baby, but instead of baby, it was like beta, 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 oh, right? So it's a Beta Club, right? The lyrics are around Beta Club. Last year, they competed at the state level here in South Carolina. And they did great. They crushed it. My daughter actually came in first place in the vocals. She was invited to be part of the premier performer chorus at the national convention with 20 other students from all over the country, right? Basically, the best singers in Beta Club. Our club qualified to compete as a group, all sorts of competition, all sorts of qualified to compete at national level. My daughter qualified to compete as a singer. They qualified as a group. So this past weekend, we made the trek up to Nashville to the Gaylord Opryland Hotel Convention Center, which, let me tell you, that place is impressive. It is the largest hotel in the U.S. that is not a casino. So if you've been to Vegas, there's some hotels in Vegas that are bigger, but they have casinos. This is the largest. It's like on 56 plus acres, huge. It has 3 like forests inside of it that you can walk around in. Amazing, huge place. So thousands of people at this convention for this thing from all over the country. And we're there, and my daughter competes for solo vocalists, and she just crushes it. And me being dad, I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, I'm like chewing all my fingernails. I am stressed out. So stressed out because my heart is walking across the stage and there is nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. If something goes wrong, all I can do is cry with her. That's it. No tears were needed because she crushed it. She crushed it. She sang, and each performer has 2 minutes to perform. Hard stop. It's like microphone gets cut off at 2:01. So all the performers are they got rock solid timers. Then the next one comes out. She was in line, and I'm watching her. And I have never gotten to see her perform live. I've seen video of her performing, and the first time I saw a video, I was like, "Oh snap! My daughter can sing." And I sing, I play guitar, I'm in a band with my boys, I can sing, I'm not the parent that's like, oh, yeah, my kid is awesome, right? My kid is the best. Like, no, I'm not going to give my kid an artificial sense of how good they are. And within reason, there'd be something like, oh, sweetie, yeah, that was, so good. Just, you're going to compete? Oh, just let's have our expectations appropriate if you're going to do a competition. But I knew she has what it takes to actually place and make it in this competition. She's that good. So she's singing, and she crushed it. And a lot of the other kids absolutely crushed it. Some of them okay, that was good, but not that good. The kicker is my daughter. So the top 3 singers, they were going to perform at the general session. They were going to perform at the general session in front of all the speakers and everything when everybody's being recognized. So I was like, oh man, she's got a shot. Well, the results came out. She wasn't in the top 3. Wasn't in the top 3. Wasn't in the top 5. Was not even in the top 10. Now, I don't want to be that parent, but I'm just saying, I watched so many performances, even with the top 3. Now, I get it. Being a judge at a place like this is like, oh my gosh, last thing I want to do is, try and, bust somebody's chops who's a volunteer and giving their time. And I don't know what they're looking for. So, judging is subjective. It is a subjective thing, right? They're probably looking through the rubric like, yes, they got this, they got this. And when the top 3 singers came out at the performance, 2 of the singers, I was like, oh, okay, yes, obviously. Yeah, that person deserves to be on stage. But one of them, I was like, I'm having a hard time seeing this compared to some of the others. And my daughter didn't even get in the top 10 out of 40 students. I was just surprised. And honestly, I was disappointed. And my daughter was disappointed. And it was in this space, in this situation where I'm walking with her, we're walking to get some food somewhere, holding her hand. I'm like, sweetie, I'm sorry. Those judges, they don't know what they're doing. Like, they're crazy not to have picked you. She's like, well, she's her own harshest critic, right? She's like, oh, I didn't do this right. But I thought she crushed it, right? I was listening for flat notes. I was listening for hesitation, for not being on the beat, but she nailed it. 9.8 out of 10. And she was a little disappointed. And in that situation, I stepped in and said, I would be disappointed too if I were in your situation. But you know what, sweetie? This situation reminds me of something that you told me years ago. You probably don't remember. He's like, well, what did I say? So she just turned 11. And 4 years ago, let's see, I think it was 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I was in the midst of training for the Ironman triathlon. I was running and gunning and riding and sliding and swimming. And I can't think of something that rhymes with swimming, but right, running, swimming, riding, like I was just getting after it, training for the full Ironman. And I remember sitting on the couch with my daughter, who was about 7 at the time. She's like, Dad, how many people are going to do the Ironman? I said, well, I think like 1,200 people. She's like, oh. And then she leaned over to me, passed me on. She's like, no offense, Dad, I don't think you're going to win. And I said, oh, so you are 100% right. I am not going to win. But that's not the point. Because on Ironman Day, every time they made announcements, consistently throughout the day, they said, today is a celebration of the hours and hours and hours of training that it took just to show up to the starting line. Just being here today is a win. It's a celebration of everything it took to get here. And I shared this story with my daughter. I said, sweetie, like, even though you didn't place this weekend, and even though I'm sad, and I know you're sad too, we're both sad that you didn't place. And we think those judges are crazy. But even so, I want to focus on this as a celebration of all of the practice and the work and the practice sessions you rode your bike to school for, all of the time you put in. And you got to perform here in front of a great audience. You got to celebrate by being with your best friends from school for a full weekend, eating at Paula Deen's restaurant and eating Chick-fil-A on the bus and eating ice cream, just running around this amazing convention center resort with all of your friends from elementary school before you all go to your separate middle schools. And even in the midst of this kind of, oh man, I'm sad, we still get to celebrate you for all of the work that you've done. We got to celebrate her, right? That's why we're talking about celebrating the work, not just the outcome. Because just like with the Ironman, the Beta Club competition, it's the same. Where you place in an event like this has to do with who else shows up. That's it. That's what dictates where you place, who else shows up. But the fact that you show up is the win. I'm never going to place in an Ironman. I mean, I'll place, last. But I'm never going to like qualify for anything because that's not my goal. My goal is just to celebrate all of the work that I have been doing to show up to the starting line. And now, here comes Matt's question.
The question that you think is coming is not the question that's coming, though.
Oh, new question. Curveball coming. Okay, what question is coming?
I have a question. I have a statement. I have an observation. What this reminds me of is it almost correlates to the recovery versus sobriety conversation, right? So
Yeah.
when I hear your daughter like this story, the analogy could be like, it's not did she show up in place or come home with the prize. It's about all the hours that she put in. It was her recovery journey all along versus the days on the tracker, so to speak.
Yeah.
It was her showing up, her being celebrated, her being witnessed, her getting the opportunity, her having the experience, her celebrating with her friends, and all the work and the growth that the competition represents along the way.
So my question is, how does this story relate to recovery? They're all asking.
What is
All
that
asking.
correlation? Yes.
Right. Then you nailed it, bro. You nailed that is the correlation, right? We talk about how sobriety is cumulative, meaning, check marks on a page, 100 days sober, but recovery is no, wait. Sobriety is quantitative, meaning
Yeah.
you can quantify it.
Right.
Recovery is cumulative. It builds on itself. And if you miss a day, you don't lose everything, right? You just have slowed down a little bit. And just like with physical training, I am not prepared for an Ironman right now. But I do train. I lifted weights this morning. And I'm going on a 10-mile run walk with a buddy of mine in the morning, right? I'm still training. I'm just not training real hardcore for an Ironman. My daughter, Beta Club is over, but she's still singing, right? I happen to know that she has a notebook where she writes lyrics for songs. And she's asked me to show her some things on the guitar. She is still putting in effort to grow musically because it's something she's really interested in. And just like with recovery, right? I mean, full disclosure, this past week, my recovery looks like crap. My sobriety's intact, but my active recovery, y'all, I forgot how much effort it takes to be at a convention. You're on the go from the time you wake up till the time you put your head in the pillow. Wrangling kids, getting here, getting there, getting over here, getting back, all these things. I missed meditation 4 days in a row. That bad. And the core four is a critical piece of my day. But my active recovery is so sketchy this past week. But I haven't lost everything. I'm getting right back up. Very aware that my framework is weak because I haven't had like the podcast that Matt and I did, I think last week, where we're talking about, hey, don't live in burnout. Live in between, practice a life of radical self-care. I did not have capacity to take care of myself for a couple of days. I was just running on adrenaline, caffeine, and pure stubbornness for a couple of days. Got home. I even got to take some naps on the trip. But now I'm back home, working my recovery, focused on my daily habits, getting right back up, living that life of radical self-care. Because we have to celebrate the work. Because if we only ever celebrate the outcome, well, the outcome, for most of life, the outcome is not up to us. And I would say even with sobriety is a byproduct of active recovery. So if someone has 1,000 days sober, I mean, on the one hand, like, yeah, dude, that's awesome. But I'm not really celebrating 1,000 days as much as I am celebrating all of the work that it took to become the man, the dailiness of showing up over and over and over again. And you know what? I might even celebrate more the man who never gets to 1,000 days but keeps showing up. It's like, man, I got to 100 days this time. And then I got to 200 days. And then I got to 100 days. The man who gets knocked down but gets back up again because the anthem of his life is Chumbawamba. If you know, you know. So, men out there listening, wherever you are on this journey of fatherhood, of recovering from pornography, right? Wherever you are, celebrate the work. Matt, yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, just to tie on to that, celebrate the work piece. Like, I mean, men, Do you know how few men are having this conversation in their lives? Do you know how few men are tuned into this kind of conversation? Do you know how few men are on the recovery road at all? So like to Yaden's point of just celebrating his daughter just being at the event, like congratulations for just being at the event, for listening to tuning into this conversation today, to being on the recovery journey whatsoever. That's worth celebration at all, because I would suggest to put you in the 1%, the 1% of all men who have this level of awareness around their own, journey with and have the willingness and the courage to like step in to start asking some questions and doing some work around it. So just being here is a win in my book.
Being here is a win. And if you want another win, we got something for you. We just started talking about a new program that we developed, the 7-day reboot challenge. 7 days. We're going to launch our very first 7-day reboot challenge coming up in a couple weeks. What it is, it's real simple. 7 days in community, daily check-ins, private community chat that's secure, daily activities, daily exercises. It's a 7-day. It's not. I wouldn't even call it a sprint. 7-day dash. 7-day dash to kickstart this recovery journey that we're talking about, right? To learn something about yourself, be in a safe community where you can talk about what's real, what's going on, where you are, and start building the skills and building the habits that will keep you on this recovery journey that will result in sobriety at some point by focusing on the active recovery. So if you want to know more about it, shoot us a message, right? Shoot us a message on the social medias. You can find me at Recovered Dad. You can find Matt at Matty2Sinks. You can find us on Facebook, Yaden Smith, Matt Sinkovitz. You can find our website, therecovereddad.com. Shoot us a message. You can learn about the 7-day reboot challenge.
I think it's recovereddad.com/reboot, I think is where we're going to have.
Details, right? Yep. Therecovereddad.com/reboot is the page. You can learn about it. Yep. You can register for it. You can shoot us a message if you have questions. If you're looking for a way to turbocharge your journey, to like kickstart it, we got you. We got something for you. We'd love to talk with you about it. Love to see you in one of our 7-day reboot challenges coming up. Yeah. But in the meantime, though, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here, listening to the podcast. Matt, good to see you again, brother.
Thank you, brother. Great share today, man. Thank you for being here. We love and appreciate you, man, wherever you are in the world. Peace and power. We'll see you next time. Noble men. Bye-bye.